Hello, Leos, and welcome to your May 2024 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that I have is a page that came on the side, so I'm going to keep him on the side. And that would be here, I'm taking the cup of potential, inspiration, creativity, love, that I can, with it, receive, intercept, read a new level of frequency with. So it's potential, waters of creation, potential of what can be created in my life because I can receive, because waters is the receptive element, because I can receive different frequencies, different messages, understandings. You can receive all sorts of things. So, but it's on the side. So that means that it's there. Am I taking it? Am I not taking it? It can flip one way or the other. The second card is the Four of Wands. And in the Four of Wands, we have fire, we have energy that is solid, planted, that creates a threshold, passageway, where everything is on the possibility of celebration, welcomeness, and so on. So that kind of threshold where on the other side things are uplifting and welcomed, and it is a new world. Okay? And then we have the Lovers, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. So that on the other side of that threshold, there's a brand new beginning, a new way of thinking, a new way of bringing your energy, a passion, a direction that you'll have to make a decision about. And that decision, since it's the Lovers, it's a decision that's going to have an impact on the next 20 years. See, your divine feminine, that means your right brain, is looking up at the angel, looking up at high frequencies, okay? Is in front of the sun. High frequencies when it comes to expanding, when it comes to becoming, evolving. So your feminine is looking up and your masculine is looking at your feminine. Your left brain is looking at your right brain. What is the inspiration? What's my next move? What should I do? And so this is an inspired decision. So at the end of the month, you are actually going to be in a state where you're going to have to make a decision about this new beginning. And it's maybe something that you already took the Ace of Cups from, but you haven't really applied it. And maybe that's why it's on the side like this, under that Page of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups and we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And this is probably why you haven't quite grabbed that cup yet. The Eight of Cups upright would be, okay, I know that cup is there. I'm making the inner decision to go towards that cup, to leave whatever was the memories, the input, what was able to receive lower vibrations, maybe vibrations of I'm not enough to take that cup, I'm not enough to make that voyage, I'll be abandoned, I won't be received, okay? Because this is all beliefs that go with the Five of Pentacles based on the lack of worth, of the mentality of lack. And so if I'm not enough, if I won't be received, I will have a hard time following my heart if this is my belief, because it's all a question of it being a belief. Under that, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So it's telling me that anyway you're at the end of a cycle, you need that Ace of Pentacles, which is the only other ace we don't have right now, but you need that solid, concrete self-worth that's going to, bring this to a 6 of Pentacles, to trust that you'll have the resources and that what you have to bring is worthy. Because that's an assuredness in the 6 of Pentacles. The guy is under the shower of input, and through him, he knows that he can generate abundance, and he will give what comes out of him in a balanced way. He won't need to compensate or do anything like that from that standpoint. So here the 10 of Pentacles tells me that you've gained your empire. Now it's at the point that it can reach in the level of consciousness or receptivity or capacity to generate that you are now. That's why you need these aces to get to your next step. Under the 4 of Wands, we have the Empress and the 10 of Swords. So here, this is Venus. So here you are crossing here, the threshold in front of you. And the aspect of the divine feminine, her, okay, connected to, see her crown of 12 stars, connected to the whole zodiac there, ruled by Venus. That means my unconditional worth, not conditional, step behind, compensate, whatever. Unconditional worth and value, and unconditional love. So that means I am not stuck to what I have experienced until now. I know there's something more out there, so I want to go and get it. That Page of Cup is almost like you have it, but you're still not making the decision to go towards it. It might be creative, but at the fact that the 10 of Swords is there, it's like the more you embody the principality of Venus that tells you that you are unconditionally loved and worthy, and that this is a flow and a generative energy, the more you are conscious of the beliefs that set you back, that made you accept things you shouldn't have accepted, the lies you bought, the hurt you got, it makes you realize it. So it's going to make a big difference between what you're more and more believing is possible and what you have experienced. And at one point, you're going to have, and that's under it, you're going to have to let go of what was, forgive, forget, turn the page, use that wand to move yourself away from those old beliefs that kept you maybe there, and step out of your comfort zone and cross the threshold. 2 of Wands. And so, if you decide to do so, here I have the Knight of Wands, very, very fiery, and the 9 of Wands. And so when you look at that, this is like, I'm making the decision, here's my Ace of Wands that I'm going to grab and jump on it in the here and now, following my passion. And here the 9 of Wands, this is when we arrive, and that's why that step is very important. When we arrive in the 9s, before we get to the 10, where let's say the quality of our vibration is going to be mirrored in the matrix. At the 9, here we have all of our past experiences, the bruises we had on our head, the battles, the wins, the losses, the this and the that. And there's 2 ways to take it. You can take it as, this is a dangerous place and I'm expecting another one to hit my head. Or I take it as, I've got 9 wands of experience, bring it on. I know I can do it. I know I'll find the ways. I know my energy and my wit, my willpower will be able to prevail. It's either experience that we can bring ourselves to our fulfillment, or it is enough to isolate us and put a buffer from life itself because we're afraid of what it can become. It's one or the other. And so stepping out of your comfort zone will put you into this state where you're going to have to decide every time you see yourself fearing what would be out there and maybe isolating yourself or paralyzing you, to go back into the here and now and just do the, why not? And jump on it. Why you still have a bit of fear, it's because, see, bottom of the deck, I have the Six of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. So that means that you understand it on a concept level, but you haven't embodied that truth within yourself or that concept within yourself. So then it's just a theory you believe in. And that is not enough to just be the King of Wands. Then you're like, Knight of Wands with a protection. So this can change like that the moment you understand the Six of Pentacles. The moment that this is not in your unconscious bugging you with little self-talk or whatever and preventing you from actually leaving behind for good that whole baggage. Once you really remove that, change your water, there you have a new understanding, but they're still aces. They need to be embodied. All right, let's clarify this for you, my beautiful Leos. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Leos for the month of May 2024. Okay, let's look at the Page of Cups. Page of Cups. Show me the Page of Cups for Leos. Oh, it did turn some stuff. Okay. So, here it was on the side. We have a repeat of your Ten of Pentacles. Yes, that cycle in your life is done. It needs to grow. You need to grow. It needs to continue to expand. But for this, there's something you need to let die. There's a resistance of the change or letting die the past cycle so that it can become something else. Because we have here death in reverse. And I think this is what you have a hard time letting truly die. Releasing everything you're carrying. Some of you are carrying crazy expectations because you think you're not enough to begin with, and therefore maybe it needs to be a cure for cancer for it to be enough for you to bring it out there, that next pentacle. There's something, because here I have the Ten of Wands, releasing, letting go, accepting the end of a cycle, whether it is because that cycle was created with this, okay? So that means very hard to get the fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, and the worth and the value of what you put in those last 10 years, 20 years, whatever was the manifestation in this matrix of your vibration. Let's look at that 5 of Pentacle and 8 of Pentacle in reverse. All right. So we have the Knight of Pentacle, Page of Pentacle, Knight of Pentacle. You know what you want to bring forward. Okay? I'm going to put it there. But King of Cups, what I said, did I say Pentacle? I meant Page of Cup, Knight of Cup. You know what you want to bring forward. You know what you love. But here your King of Cup and your Magician is in reverse. This is disempowering, this little combination here. Because as long as you're harboring these vibrations, they cannot go well with this guy. You know, if he brings this forward, for sure, he's going to be left out in the cold, ghosted, whatever this is. The King of Cups, if he would be like this, he would have the capacity to remain strong in what he needs to bring forward and not let anything stir him around. And he would leave all of that behind. That would be your King of Cups. And therefore, your Magician wouldn't be, is this going to happen to me? Like almost wishing it would be pre-written so that you're sure it's going to happen. Magician in reverse, things happen to him. He's not manifesting them. And here it's the crap that's left in your waters that is preventing you from taking that fire and that cup and bringing it with your fire, with your belief in your worth and your value. And this is going to come clear to you. That 10 of Pentacles is your last cycle. And it's no more Magician in reverse. Now is the divine timing to take that cup that you love and bring it forward, because this is what you desire and this is what you want. But you cannot do it with a reverse Magician. And what's your Achilles heel? That crap in your water. Because water is more than just emotions. Since it's our capacity to receive emanations, it's also what, like when you throw a rock in a lake, it is also the machine that will choose the tuning of what emanates from you based on all of the different memories, beliefs, imprints in your waters. So that's why you cannot fake your vibration. If this is somewhere in your subconscious, unconscious, and you're not leaving it behind, it is going to translate in the vibration. So that 4 of Wands is the opportunity to cross on the other side, okay? Where on one side maybe your Empress is in reverse, but on the other side the Empress is upright. And the Empress is your divine feminine, the one that's able to receive true 6 of Cups, okay? And here we have the King of Wands. There you are. There you go. 8 of Wands, probably, surfing on that beautiful Jupiter energy that just got into Gemini, and we have the new moon in Gemini right at the beginning of the month, around the 6th. But here we still have the Justice in reverse. You've lived unfair, unjust situations. It might have left a little belief of the world is unfair and unbalanced. And the thing you have to understand is that those two are ruled by Venus. The 2 major arcana that are ruled by Venus are these 2. So once you understand that when your self-worth, value, and that you are to begin with unconditionally loved by life, the divine, name it like you want, nobody can take advantage of you. Nobody can hurt you, because you would never let that happen to you. When Venus is exalted in everybody, which would be heaven, okay, nobody would need to take advantage of somebody else either. Because when you love, you are love and you love, you want the other to thrive, to even go higher than you. This is how the divine looks at you, through you, in you. I want to thrive. This is what nature does anyway. Each seed will be nourished and towards the sun climb and become what it's supposed to be. It is the natural law, and we are under the same law. And for that, the seed needs to know that it is worthy. In our case, the apple seed doesn't need to know that. It's already in its genetics. But us, sometimes we did not receive it, or we lost it, and then things started to be unfair and unbalanced. Because if you're willing to sacrifice yourself or deny your worth and your value, for sure you're going to meet situations and people that will have no problems doing the same thing to you. So that lingering thing is here. You're going to understand all the times that unfairness, injustice, the lack of Venus hurt you, disturbed you, and so on. And that's why that pentacle, that means the solid aspect of what you want to bring with your heart, is not accessible yet. Let's look at that Ten of Swords. What do you realize? Yeah, you realize that your Venus is in reverse. You have a hard time here, your divine feminine, giving you that certitude of your worthiness and your lovability. And that removes the sun. Here you are. And the sun, how is it the sun? Imagine the kid in the living room, dancing and singing, and he's sure in his heart that this is the best thing there is. He's the best thing there is. And that is the sun. That's why it's a child on that. But you, because of what you went through, that sun is not there. That sun had to merit to exist. And here we have a covered Five of Swords. And this is Venus in the minor arcanas in Aquarius. So when your masculine wants to start creating something, another masculine that drew certain conclusions in his rationale is using the three swords of the Three of Swords. His old pains, his old sorrows, his old disappointments and beliefs that hurt his heart, to cut your own legs. So unconsciously undoing what naturally you would want to create. So in the story is like, I want to bring this forward, but in my water, I have these beliefs. And as I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm going to create. Well, I go on and say no, because this is what is going to happen to you. And now you're going to be conscious this month of how you were doing this to yourself. And you won't be doing this to yourself anymore, because see that cup? You need to take it. It's that little extra self-love that's going to make you stop do this. That's going to allow you to look at the seed that is within you and think, hey, that's one heck of a great seed. So 6 of Swords, 2 of Wands. You're going to leave all of the old choppy waters behind and step out into your that's going to put you at the crossroad so that you can step out of your comfort zone. And here I have the 10 of Swords again with the Chariot, but in reverse. So, waiting for you to align your shadow and your light, your feminine, your masculine, so that these guys go in the same direction, and that your aspiration cannot be troubled by your unconscious, by all the beliefs, the unconscious beliefs that stop your aspiration. Your, Chariot is the card of success when we're on it and things start happening and we're like, yes, I'm ready to go all the way. So you'll be right there. Am I letting my chariot stop? Because, one Sphinx wants to go be abandoned, not enough, and all of that, and the other one wants to bring this forward. So they need to align. But you're turning the page. There you are. And then at the end of the month, we have the Lovers. And here you have an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Swords. And here you take the Cup and you take the Wand. Page of Cup, Page of Wands. What was at the beginning, at the end, you're taking that cup. And the Page of Wands is like, yes, I'm going to embark in this like a kid going to the circus for the first time. I don't know what's going to be there, but I'm going to face it because I wasn't born yesterday. So then we have the Knight of Wands. You're going to go, yeah, why not? Because I have what it takes. Okay? The Ace is still in reverse, so that means you need to, this is energy and let's say the vibration to do it. The next step, maybe next month, this is when you're going to have to make it concrete. To have the engagement to do it, you have what it takes. 9 of Wands. Yeah, maybe there's a bit of leftover fear when it comes to the Ace of Pentacles. And because there's a bit of leftover Saturn lesson here in the unconscious. You're not so quite conscious of it, but there's a good chance that next month it's all going to be about releasing fears. Fears because somewhere there's a part of you that is so afraid to be hurt, that is so afraid that things will be a disappointment and a sadness like you've experienced before, that you're kind of unconsciously robbing yourself of the idea that you have what it takes to do it. So it's a work in progress. But this month you're going to start with the Page of Cup, Page of Wands. You're going to start doing the things. Then you're going to confront your next challenge in order to completely move on the other side. You're going to have to deal with understanding the pentacle aspect. But here, your water and your fire are going to work together. So, I'm going to call this big decision because this is enough for you to make that big decision. Then it's going to be to apply it. But I'm going to call this big decision. So, on this, my beautiful Leos, I am sending you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and all of that. Have an amazing month of June. Oh, I said May. It's June. And an amazing month of June. And so on this, if you want a private reading, the description is below and all of that. And on this, namaste. And I'll see you next month.